Don't play this around your parents. Bet you thought I wouldn't do it, huh, asshole? Anyway, this is a fanfic called The Warm and Fuzzies, a deltarune fanfic between our main man Chris and your boy Rousey. The summary is Chris seduces Rousey in the jail cell with the excuse of sharing body heat. Violent color bleeds into everything behind your eyes as you wake, your head pounding with the remnants of the blow that knocked your brain around your skull. The air is musty, the ground cold and hard and aching somewhere it ends and your body begins. You peel yourself off like a scab, silent then still. You listen in the darkness, beyond the ring of your ears, you hear breathing, soft, snuffly. Chris? A trembling voice asks. You nod before remembering that it's too dark to see, at least for your human eyes. I'm here, you rasp, just to be sure. Your vision slowly adjusts, three walls closing in on you, steel bars peering out into a desolate hallway. You're trapped. Not great, but you're not dead or being tortured. Yet. Oh no, Rousey despairs, wringing his hands in his cloaks. Where's Susie? How are we going to get out of here? You don't have answers, so you get up and search for them. The bars have no weaknesses, the walls yield nothing but moss and shackles. You turn to Rousey and convey your failure with a frown, and the hope on his face falters. You can't bear to see it. You kneel down and take his hand in yours, squeezing. You watch his eyes widen and, though you can't see it through the fur, you know the heat has risen to his face. He is charmingly easy to read, guileless, maybe opposites attract. Maybe that's why you've been enamored with the prince ever since you first laid eyes on him. Rousey jolts as the temperature sinks in. You're freezing, he frets, before you can pull away and avoid causing him any more discomfort. He's switching to holding your hands, gently rubbing them between his own. His soft fluff feels wonderful. Goodness, I should have thought. You don't have fur like I do, he's muttering. You can work with this. Your main goal is to escape, of course, and you'll do what you can, but a little side quest won't hurt. You play up the chill in your body, which frankly you hadn't even noticed until Rousey mentioned. You shiver visibly and let your teeth chatter. Rousey, predictably, fusses harder. Chris, what if you get sick? Looking mildly panicked, he deliberates for a moment. He lets go of your hands and then fumbles with his scarf. Then he wraps it around your neck. You hide your secret smile against it, pulling the fabric over your nose and mouth. It smells like him. Is that better? I could also, forgive me if this is too forward, but may I? Rousey ducks his head and fidgets as if it's scandalous. He peers up beneath the brim of his hat, saying, May I hug you? You nod a little, too quickly and enthusiastically. With a shy smile, Rousey opens his arms. You gladly fold yourself within them, pushing your cold nose into the fluff of his neck. It's not quite close enough for your liking. You haul him into your lap, earning a squeak. Chris? Cold, you say, muffled. Oh, Rousey laughs nervously. His hands are all balled up against your back. Your hands slip up to the back of his robe, leaving nothing but fur and his tail along the way. Rousey goes very, very still and tense. No underwear? You wonder? Your hands settle on his back, slowly warming with his body heat. Chris, he stutters. Cold, you repeat insistently. Wondering how much you can get away with, you let your hands wander. Rousey rewards you with sweet, sharp little intakes of breath, squirming in an arched back. Finally, you lift your head and peer at him through your bangs. His flustered expression is unbearably enticing. Your hands slither out from their cozy place and come to cup his face. He peeks at your lips, only for his eyes to dart away to some corner of the room. Rousey, he looks at you, and you kiss him. At least, as well as you can kiss someone with a snout. Rousey's breath stops dead in his throat. You watch his eyes go wide. You wait. Rousey sucks in a trembling breath, body still wound up tight with tension, and circles his arms around your shoulders. He closes his eyes, leans into your mouth. It becomes a push and pull as you leave gentle pecks along his lips. They part, just slightly. You take the invitation to lick inside. Contentment swells within your chest. Rousey lets you take the lead, only giving the barest, shyest of strokes with his tongue. You're a little more aggressive. You explore his tongue, his teeth, the roof of his mouth. You want every inch to be yours. It's probably more than a little clumsy, but neither of you have done this before. You're discovering fast just how much you like it. You share heated, quickened breaths with him, pulse pounding in your veins and throbbing between your thighs. When you pull away, Rousey looks dazed. Chris, You hold up a hand to quiet him. I like you, he says. Rousey's face lights up like a Christmas tree, glowing beautifully with joy. You can't help but smile back. He's so precious. You want to cherish him. You want to wreck him. Turn around. I want to touch you. He seems to obey on autopilot, turning in your lap and shifting to get comfortable as you wrap your arms around his waist and set your chin on his shoulder. Then the words sink in. Wait, touch? Chris? His voice climbs several octaves when you lift up his robe and look down. It's already peeking out, slender and pink, cute. Evidently, the kissing worked Rousey up too. You wiggle your fingers at him and tease. Cold. Rousey hides his face against his own shoulder. They're not even cold anymore! He gasps at the end of his sentence as you curl your fingers around him and squeeze. Warm. It is. He's hot and slick to the touch, and you can feel him throb in your grip. You stroke slowly and feel him shudder. His tail starts to twitch. He whimpers. Within moments, his length is fully unsheathed. His hips buck, pushing him deeper into the circle of your fingers. You want so badly to make Rousey feel good. Your palm squeezes tight around his tip as you stroke up, then back down. You nuzzle his ear. It's so easy to make him fall apart. You've got him trembling hard in your arms, crying sweet little noises each time you touch him just right. You wait until he's wound up tight, rocking desperately into your hand, then you stop. Your fingers give the barest teasing brush from his dripping tip down to his sheath. Rousey breathes a hitching gasp. He claws at your arm frantically. Please, 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 please. How can you say no when he asked so nicely? You have mercy and give him what he needs. You stroke him firm and fast, your hand making slick noises around him. You wait until his back is arched hard, his hips are straining up, and his body is drawn taut like a bow. You lean closer and order in his ear. Come, Rousey. He does, loudly. He throws his head back. You can feel him pulse and throb in your hand as his hot seed spills over your knuckles. His moans are music to your ears. You milk every last drop from Rousey before he slumps against you in a puddle of boneless, fluffy boy. He's panting hard. His length slowly retreats from your hand and back into his sheath. Making firm eye contact, you lift your fingers to your mouth and lick them clean. Rousey makes a strangled noise like he's dying and hides his face in his hands. Quest complete.
This is sickening!